Hello and welcome to Femme Tarot channel. I'm Natalie. What we'll be talking about today is the full moon in Taurus coming up on the 31st of this month, and this is October 2020. Did you know that this full moon is also called a blue moon? You know why? Well, let me tell you. When in certain months a year, when we have two full moons in one month, like we had in October, I stumble on my words, the second full moon is called a blue moon. And also, please note that this means that this is going to be a very active, energetically speaking, full moon. Now, also a little fun fact about the blue moon, this specific full moon, I keep saying that word, I have to stop saying it, but there's no other way around it, is also known as a micro moon because it's the moon furthest from the earth, and when you look at the moon it seems tiny, let's say compared to the moon in August, which is huge and it's impressive, and so much is happening in the August full moon. Now, what does this really mean for you, for me, for everyone? How is this going to affect our life, this full moon? How's it going to affect our life now? Like most full moons, what we've got to do is we have to focus in cleansing energy that is counterproductive and weighing us down. Now is the time, and the full moon is going to help us do that. Generally, cleansing is what we all do, especially us who do tarot. We're in the metaphysical work and esoteric work. We normally cleanse our crystals and our decks under the full moon. That's the best way of doing that. And also we're recharging basically our crystals and our cards. The same applies for you. That's the same thing. That's what you've got to do. You've got to take the time not to be active, not to be reactive, but more slow down your energy and try to figure out what is weighing you down, what is really blocking your progress, and how can you change it? You've got to do something to change it. And that's what we'll be looking into today. I'll be using tarot and I'll be going through all the star signs. I will be adding the timestamps down below in the description box. In the meantime, if you're interested in what my channel is all about and the topics that I talk about and in tarot, and if you would like to join me on live shows and have free lightning readings with me, then please subscribe and like this video. And also you can also find me on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook under @Femme Tarot. If you want a private reading or if you want to learn more about me, then you can you can find all that information on my website, www.femtarot.com. Let's start. So we're starting with Aries, of course, the first sign in the zodiac circle or cycle. So I've already shuffled, I've already cut the deck, and let's see what the cards have to say. So the energy I get right now is the Six of Wands. So you're in a good place. I feel that there is a lot of inspiration, a lot of thinking and analyzing and processing what is happening in your life and how you can change certain aspects of your life. Because at the moment, I feel that you have very, very strong energy and you really want to focus it on something specific because that's the way you are, dear Aries. By the way, if you're not Aries, but your ascendant is Aries, then this section of the video applies to you too, okay? Sometimes just listening or reading our horoscopes, just our star sign might not resonate. It's also good to look at your ascendant as well. Now, as I was saying, we have the Six of Wands. So generally you feel on top of the world despite everything that's going on in the world, and we know what's happening. And so you have this energy and and you're feeling creative and very productive, as I said, and you're going to go full force. This is what's happening. This is the energy around you now. So around the full moon, what is this full moon going to bring for you? It's going to bring, actually, it's going to bring good news. Although we have Uranus going direct and awakening, let's say, surprising news and situation that they're not always pleasant. But in your case, what we have here is the Seven of Pentacles, which means that things that you've been working on, things that you've worked on, or your job, or maybe money that you've been waiting or expecting for a long time and it's being delayed and delayed, are finally going to fall into place, and you're finally going to see some kind of resolution and result from these things. You might even get some money in, you might even get some opportunities to open other channels of revenue. So it seems that this full moon is really helping, is really boosting, is really giving you that energy that you need. Not that you need any more energy, you've got enough, we know that, but it's just giving you that oomph just to move forward and just go for what you really have your mind set on, because you really have some plans. But up until now you weren't sure, or maybe there were like external factors that were affecting you and you weren't going for it. So around the 31st of October, always remember that the full moon energy starts picking up speed around 4 days before the actual full moon and 4 days after, because it just starts to slowing down. So you basically have 8 days to make things happen and accomplish what it is you've been working on behind the scenes, because it feels to me that it's been something behind the scenes, something you haven't been communicating, you weren't ready to tell people. So great, this is going to be a great opportunity for you. Hi, so Taurus, now it's your turn. We're going to look into what is happening to you, what's the energy right now, and what should you expect with a full moon in Taurus. We have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So the King of Pentacles is the energy around you right now. What I feel is that things are stable. So you have your foundation laid down. You have everything organized and planned, and you're moving slowly and you're moving cautiously, which is a great thing, especially this time of year where we have retrograde season. There are lots of things going on until at least December. So you are being cautious, and I really like seeing that. And you are being also very cautious on how you're spending your money and where you're investing your money. And you're basically, what you're doing is you're laying down the foundation. You've laid down the foundation, but you're also laying down more foundations for the future, just so you feel that stability and security that you need. But what is coming up? So what is the full moon in Taurus bringing for you? I have the Eight of Swords. What this full moon is going to bring, it's just going to bring, things are not going to go as planned, as wished for. Things are going to continuously drive you crazy and insane, because things are not going to move forward for you. So every time you talk to someone, let's say you have a business partner or you're working closely with a colleague and you're trying to work on something, then there might be a miscommunication, something might go wrong, computers might go down, you might lose a file because you haven't saved it correctly or it was corrupt, things like that. So there are going to be a lot of hiccups and you're going to feel very restrained. You're going to feel what is going on. I've been working so hard, I've been so patient, and you have been patient for the last 2 or 3 months, and suddenly you're going to feel like, what have I done now? What is happening now? Why aren't things working for me? So you have to be even more patient. Exercise that patience that you've got. You do have that as a Taurus. You're able to take things slower and just, move in your own pace. Go back to that. Don't let this energy, this current energy, try to influence you or move you towards directions and speeds that you're not comfortable in. stop that. No, you just need to slow down, because the things are it's gonna be frustrating for you. This is what's gonna bring, it's gonna be frustration. And I almost feel that you're gonna go also through an introspective period the next few days. And that period is going to be more about self-reflection, about whether certain moves or certain things that you've done in life have worked out for you. Should you change strategy? And I mean not strategy when it comes to work or finances. I mean about life, in the what path you're taking. What do you want to do in life? Are you really doing the right thing? Are you really on the right path? Is this what you really want? Are you doing it right? So a lot of these things are going to go through your mind in the next few days. You're probably already feeling it. But I don't see, I'm just going to pull one more card. So, but the good news is because I pulled a Hierophant. So this means that this is a learning curve for you. Yes, we talked about patience, but what we haven't talked about yet, and this is the learning curve here, is how to accept without reacting, without panicking, without going into a negative mode, on how to accept, how to deal with little misfortunes that happen every day, especially now and especially this year, because we know what this year has been like. And this is going to be a learning curve for you, and it's going to start now with full moon in Taurus. Hi Gemini. So I've shuffled, I've cut the deck, and now let's see what's in store for you. Ooh, all right, new beginnings, something new. So you're currently either moving, diving into a new relationship, you are changing jobs, or you're quitting your job because you want to figure out things for yourself, or you want to start something new. So something is new, a door is closing and a new door is opening for you at the moment. And you're feeling quite, I'm going to say, light. You don't feel burdened by this decision or by this situation, by this new chapter. I feel that this is something that you've probably wished and longed for a while, but things have not worked out for you up until now. But things are starting to move towards the direction that you want to, which this is excellent. What does this mean with the full moon? So how is this full moon going to help you? Well, the full moon is as I said, it's all about cleansing, and it's all about dropping that dead weight that is just, like bolting you down, and you feel that things are not moving. Poor flower. That is what's happening. But the full moon, what it's going to do is going to show you the sort of like a preview of the results of things that you've been working on things that you've been working on for a while that haven't really happened for you. They didn't really manifest for you yet, but it's starting. That energy is starting now. It's beginning, and you're gonna start seeing those results, and you're gonna find and feel a lot more motivated and a lot more empowered to continue. Because sometimes as Geminis, you have that energy, you have a lot of creative ideas, you like to start new projects, but somewhere along the way, halfway there, you sort of get bored, or you just change direction, or your focus is completely diverted somewhere else. But you will manage to be focused, and staying focused is exactly what you need, because once you have that focus and you have that mindset on to do something, then you can achieve anything you want. And this full moon, blue moon, is going to help you. Hi Cancer, now it's your turn. Let's have a look. I've already shuffled, I've already cut the deck. So Cancers, right now, all I feel and see in the cards, I get the Strength card. So you're overcoming something that's brought you down, that's really upset you, that's really made you reevaluate certain aspects in your life. I'm gonna say this is mainly your personal life, things that haven't been great. Last few months haven't been great for you, basically. But you're now building on yourself. You're getting your strength back, your confidence back, and your voice back. It almost feels like you lost your voice in the last few months. And, you know, you go from someone who was more low key and avoiding conflict and really trying to stay away from tensions wherever they were and situations that made you feel uncomfortable. You're just going to go back to being a lot more assertive in certain aspects of your life. What the full moon is bringing for you is work, work, work. What it's going to do is going to reintroduce you to your confidence, and you're going to put that confidence and that productivity into work. You're going to want to create more things. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. That happens. I had a live video yesterday. I've been doing videos today and reading. So sometimes I short circuit sometimes when I speak. But so your energy is going to go into work. And this is exactly what you need. You need work therapy, and you do love to work, and you do love to produce things. And this is what you're going to be doing. And I feel that there is going to be a reorganization in work. You're going to be working on reorganizing, restructuring. If you own your own company, you might be doing some restructuring or reorganization. If you are a team lead, you might do that to your team, or you might change the processes or how you conduct everyday work. So, and that's where your focus is going to be. And you actually like that. Because you like to work with people, and you definitely like to find solutions to problems, and you're a problem solver most of the time. You know, you just need some time to figure things out. So it all looks good for you. It seems that, you know, work is the theme of the month, of the full moon and of November. So that's always good, right? So Leo, now it's your turn. Let's have a look. I've cut the deck, and we get the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. 6 of Cups. So you're missing your family, you're missing your loved ones, you might be away from them. Maybe the situation with a whole worldwide bug is keeping you away from them, away from your parents. Whatever it may be, you are missing them, and you're feeling very lonely at the moment. And not lonely because you don't have friends, or you're not socially active or anything else. But of course, everyone feels a lot more lonely now than under normal circumstances and normal years. But nonetheless, you feel homesick. That's the word I was looking for. You feel homesick. And you thinking about them, and you're also reevaluating maybe certain dynamics within the family and how you can improve those. Because, of course, it takes two to tango, and it takes two people to imbalance a relationship, or bring back to a balance, to finding a balance. Now, what the full moon in Taurus is going to bring so this homesickness, this nostalgia, this sort of energy of love and I miss everyone and what can I do, is going to push you. The full moon is going to push you to actually do things for your family, even if you are apart, even if there is a distance between you. So there is going to be, you're going to try to uplift the mood. You're going to do a surprise party over Zoom for someone you love in your family, or you're going to send them flowers, or even just surprise them and just appear and just go over there if you can with a bouquet of flowers or a box of chocolates, something like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to put those emotions into action, but into a positive action. And the full moon is going to help you, and it's going to give you the inspiration to do that. So Virgos, now is your turn. Let's see. So I've shuffled, I've cut the deck, and okay, we have the Three of Pentacles here, and we have the Tower here. What does this mean? This means that at the moment you are involved in, let's say, helping other people, or you're involved in community work or voluntary work with everything that's happening, charity work. You're just putting yourself out there and giving a piece of yourself to the world and trying to help people and the world to mend itself. And people, because at the moment, as we know, a lot of people are devastated due to the economy, due to the health risks, due to everything that's happening, due to travel restrictions. So you're focusing your energy there and you're focused there. And I love that. So you're always thinking, you're constantly thinking lately, what can I do? What can I do to make a stance? What can I do to help? What can I do to help people that need me? But what this full moon is going to bring is, I'm sorry, but not really excellent, great, good news. We have the Tower card, as I said. So that means that the unexpected is coming. Unexpected news, something that you weren't expecting, something that you were working on and you were hoping that it might get, like what I was thinking now is maybe you're starting a startup or you're starting a business, and you've pitched it to investors and you were hoping that they were going to invest and you're going to get some investment for your company, your enterprise. And then around the full moon, in the next few days, you find out that that's not going to work out. It might be maybe trying to buy a house. Maybe you put an offer in and it's rejected. Things like that. So you know what I mean. You get my drift, right? These are just examples of what you should expect. It could be bad news regarding someone you know or someone you love and you care for, just calls you in tears and just tell you about something that happened in their life, and then you feel very emotionally attached to this person, so you are emotionally invested to help them overcome this, whatever it may be, this sudden disastrous news. So whatever it is, brace yourself. You expect it. It's better if you expect the unexpected and the negative unexpected than not expected, and just be completely blindsided and then start panicking and not thinking rationally. So this is a warning from the cards that there is a chance that something will come up that you will need to deal with, and it's going to be major. It's not going to be a small feat. So just, if you know that and you're already prepared for that, that's great, because then you have that strength and your guard is still up. So you're able to deal with it a little bit easier and a little bit more rationally than when you are caught under surprise, and then you panic and you can't think rationally, and then you sort of drown in your own fear and your own stress. So yeah, unfortunately, not great news, but at least you know what to expect, and I'm sure you'll be dealing with it the best possible way. I want to remind you that this bad, in quotation marks, period is ending soon. You have to be a little bit more patient. Things are shifting, things are transitioning, we're all transitioning, and we have to do the best we can and be strong and keep the faith, and things will improve eventually. Hi Libra, now it's your turn. I've shuffled, I've cut the deck, and I'm pulling the cards now. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is the energy right now for you. You're taking no BS right now. You just don't have patience. You don't have the, not only you have the patience, you just don't have any intention of basically dealing with anyone else's BS anyone else complaining to you. You're just shutting down and you're focusing on yourself and your life, and you just don't want to hear it. You really don't want to hear it. And you can be a little bit, maybe in the last few days or weeks, it feels to me that you are constantly in that mode where you're snap to people, especially if they just, they just overburden you with things that don't interest you and you have no time to deal with. That's the energy right now. But what is coming with the full moon is a very different energy. I get the Four of Wands. So it seems to me that this being disgruntled with life and feeling annoyed with everything is going to gradually change for you. You're going to start going back to the Libra that we all know and love, Librans, because they are bon vivants, as they say in French. So they love the good living, food, going out, socializing, networking, and you will be you'll be in that place again soon. This full moon might help you just shed a couple of things that are burdening you inside of you and help you sort of come out of that cocoon again and find yourself and be that pleasant, happy-go-lucky social Libra that everyone knows and loves to be around with. So, just try to figure things out. What is it that is annoying you right now? What is it that is making you uncomfortable? Because that's the other thing with Librans. You're always seeking for harmony and balance, and when something is imbalanced, then you just feel agitated, but you can't pinpoint what that issue is. Now is the time to find out. Now is the time for you to sit down, talk to yourself openly and honestly, and figure out what it is that is making you feel this way and what's making you react this way to other people, and try to fix it. That's the only way forward. We can't sweep everything under the rug, because in the end we're just going to build a nice little mountain of dust, and you just can't ignore it, and then it's just too much for you to clean. So baby steps for that, and you're on the right path, because the full moon is definitely helping you and it's definitely pushing you towards that direction. Start now. Better now than tomorrow. Scorpios, your turn. Shuffled, cut the deck. Time to pull the cards and let's see. Ooh, okay. Great, I love this. So Ace of Pentacles. So you're starting a new job, you just started a new job, or you're expecting news from a new job, which will probably be good news, because I get the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is all about building a new foundation, a new stream of income, a new revenue of income, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it, and it's there, it's happening. So it's not only just financial, it could be anything in your life that can just, it starts now and is opening up completely new chapter for you and completely new path for you. And it's going to be, it seems to me, at least the beginning of it is going to be very successful. It's going to run smoothly for you. And it's already started. You probably already know what I'm talking about. What the full moon is bringing the energy. How is it going to help you? Well, I get the Two of Cups. So it's going to help partnerships. This is all about partnerships and unions. This reading is not about emotional, sentimental, or love in any way. How I feel it is about your life in general. So what is the most dominant aspect of your life? Usually it's finances, and finances are, come hand in hand with work and our professional path. So how I feel it here is that your professionally and your life is going to change. The opportunities are coming for you. They've already come. You already know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's not fixed. Maybe, you have a feeling, or intuitively you know that this is happening, but it's happening in the next few days. and it's going to bring a wonderful union or partnership with someone. And because it's happening in the full moon, this is going to be a long-term thing, and it's going to be a successful partnership, just so you know that. Both sides have to work on it, you know. Of course, it takes two to tango, as I said before, but nonetheless, it's a union that has a lot of potential. A union partnership, it has a lot of potential, and I feel that there is a lot of how I'm going to say this, but the world, a lot of potential for success. Yes, as I said, I'm stumbling on my words. Sometimes it's very hard when you do this all day to find better ways to express yourself. But that's not your problem, that's mine. Doing great for you, Scorpio, and usually, you know, for you it takes time. You have trust issues most of the time, but I feel that you have to put your faith and trust in this partnership, and it is going to work, but you just really need to let go a little bit of those emotions, those dark feelings and thoughts that you have sometimes, which you can't help it. You know, it's your Scorpio, it's in your DNA, but nonetheless, just have a little faith and it will work out. So Sagittarius, I've already shuffled, cut the deck, and pulled the cards. And what I have here is the Nine of Pentacles. So right now, you feel that, I mean, I'm going to say, compared to everyone else around you, you are in a good place. You're not as overloaded with work. You're not as overburdened with stress. You're actually feeling that things are going okay for you. Not great, but they're going okay. And that you have achieved so much in the last year. I'm going to say that you almost feel that you've had luck. And you've had luck. Of course, luck always plays a very important, it's an important factor for people, but not everyone seems to get luck so easily. But you've had that. Now, however, the full moon in Taurus, which, by the way, is on Halloween, and I'm going to explain what that means at the end of the video, spiritually, what that means. So what this full moon is going to bring for you is conflict. A lot of conflict. It's the Five of Wands, so a lot of fighting, conflict, disagreement, arguments, things like that. There's tension around. There's a lot of tension, and also the conflict and the disagreements that I'm feeling are based on maybe your ideas. Maybe you have ideas, or you're expressing. Maybe you're not going with the mainstream. Let's just say that, and people are reacting to it, and they are going to react to it. And they're absolutely here at this channel, and especially me, it's a no judgment zone. So you could be one of those people that, and I don't mean it derogatory when I say those people, but you might not believe in masks, or you might not believe in the coronavirus or things like that. That's fine, absolutely fine. That is, you know, it comes from you. It's completely subjective. We all have our own opinions and all our own ideologies about things and theories. But in your case, and I'm just bringing an example now, it's only an example. So what this full moon is going to bring, it's going to bring people to sort of stand, not stand, but put their foot down and tell you that they think that, you know, that they don't agree with your opinions or your beliefs, that they are not, or that aggravates them. Maybe your opinions, your beliefs, even your lifestyle is starting to aggravate some people around you, and they're going to start showing it. So that's going to bring some, you know, conflict and friction and all that. So if you can try, you're a fire sign, but if you can try to keep that fire down, that would be awesome, because you just need to get through this full moon and then things will smoothen out again. But remember, things that we say, words, stay forever. And it's not only they stay forever, when it comes to the receiver, whoever is receiving those words, but they stay forever out there in the universe. And they do affect the energy around you, and they do affect the energy around your people and the people that you love. So we all have to be a little bit more careful on what comes out of our mouths. We have to filter ourselves as much as possible, especially now because people are vulnerable. Hope that helps. What's happening around you is there is a lot of things happening with you right now, and this is mainly emotional. You're very emotionally, I'm going to say, sensitive at the moment. You are, anything anyone says to you or anything that happens, you can't deal with it. You just don't want to deal with it, and you can't deal with it because there's so much going on inside you. And it's not just that, it's just that you don't even communicate how you're feeling or what you're thinking to other people. And it's just, it all stays inside, and it's not helpful. Because it affects your everyday life, it affects how you react to people or situations, and it affects your sleep and maybe even your eating. But what the full moon is bringing for you is exactly that if you're not able to communicate those emotions and those fears and insecurities, because what I feel is that you're very, very insecure at the moment about a lot of things. And if you don't take care of that and deal with that, the full moon is going to magnify those feelings, and it's going to bring them out, and it's going to bring a lot of arguments and fighting, especially with people that you love and you care about. And it's not going to be an easy time for either of you. So you have to keep that in mind before we get to that point. Just try to understand, why are you feeling insecure? What is triggering this insecurity? Is there anything that you can do to control that? And I'm sure there is. I don't know where they're coming from, but we all can control certain, let's say, insecurities or certain vulnerabilities we have to a certain extent, as long as we are self-aware. And this is what you need to be, because if you're not self-aware, then this is going to happen. And you don't want that. You don't want for you to get hurt or for you to hurt people that you love. So be a little bit more cautious, be a little bit more self-aware, and, try to do things that keep you grounded. If it's jogging, if it's cycling, taking your dog out for a walk, going to the beach for a walk, going for a picnic, whatever it may be, do it, because you need that grounding aspect right now. Otherwise, I feel that you're going to explode. It's already, boiling inside of you. And we don't want that for the full moon. We need things to be as smooth as possible. Hi Aquarius, now it's your turn. I've already shuffled and I've cut the deck, and I'm having a look now at what comes up. So the energy around you right now is the Ace of Cups. You're in okay, so how am I going to explain this? You're in a state where you are reevaluating your relationships, and specifically your main relationship, your relationship with your partner. And you love your partner, and there are feelings there, and you've probably been together for a while, so there is some sort of codependency there. But at the same time, I feel that your focus is your mind, everything is so focused on that and what is wrong with that relationship, that you're just missing completely the bigger picture around it. So you feel emotionally, I'm going to say, dissatisfied, and this is magnified, and this is felt a lot more right now, and especially just before the full moon. Some of you are actually going to leave your relationship. You're actually going to decide that this cycle in my life has to close. I have to figure myself out and figure what really makes me happy. What kind of partner makes me happy? What makes me happy? What do I need emotionally to feel more balanced? So yes, indeed, some of you are considering it, but some of you are just gonna, stay with it, go with it, and fight for it, and try to figure out how to make things better. But some of you are at the end, at the brink. You will most likely suddenly announce the termination of a relationship, the end of a relationship to the detriment of your partner. But on the other hand, this is something that you have been thinking about and have been processing for a while now, for a very long time. So for others, it's going to work out great. For other Aquarians, not so good. Pisces. Okay. Well, we all know that Pisces, you Pisceans, are very connected with the other world and the spiritual world. And you're very highly intuitive, and you do listen to your intuition for the most part. And I get a High Priestess. This is the energy now. So you're feeling this full moon. You're feeling the energy. You're feeling everything that's going on. You're somewhat lost, somewhat confused, some of you, but some of you know exactly what to do with this energy because you have a clearer vision or a clearer understanding, at least intuitively, of what is happening and where you belong in all this. Also, the fact that this full moon is on Halloween, the 31st of October, which is also the Day of the Dead, okay, which is commonly celebrated in Mexico and generally in Central America, and it originated from the Aztecs. Let's not forget that. And why is it called the Day of the Dead? Because what they say is that the full moon amplifies the thinning of the veil which is between our world and the other world. And once this veil thins, it sort of like almost dissolves, then we're able to communicate clearer with the other side. They're able to drop in and send us messages or communicate with us. And dear Pisces, you definitely have that gift, and this is what the card is telling me, High Priestess, that this time now is the time for you, if you want to connect with a loved one that has passed, or you want some guidance from your spirit guides. It will be much easier for you to communicate and get those messages from them. That applies for everyone. Anyone who is intuitive and is open to it and has an open mind and an open heart and has an open crown chakra, they will be able to do that, especially now, especially Halloween. That's why Halloween is rather special. It's not only a commercial celebratory, you know what I mean, I can't say it, day. It's not just for big companies to make money. Yes, it has become that, like Christmas has and Easter has and Valentine's Day, but Halloween has a much deeper and much more esoteric meaning about it. And as I said, it comes all the way from the Aztecs. They did sacrifices and they did ceremonies under the full moon and all that, just so they can have the chance to connect with the other side. What is the full moon going to bring, though, for you? I get the Death card. The Death card, unlike what most people think, is not a bad card, and especially not for me. For me, it never means death. For me, it actually means something good. It means that one door is closing for another door to open, and any new beginning is a good beginning, is something good, because that means you've sort of you're unstuck from or unblocked from a path that you were on in your life. You've managed to move away from it, to transition from that and go on to another path. And this path is going to be super exciting because you're at the beginning of it. You don't know what to expect. And if you're like me, who loves surprises, not bad surprises, but any kind of surprise, because that's what makes life interesting, and that's how you learn from life. So see it that way. See that the full moon is going to close a door, open a new door for you, a new opportunity for you, which is going, in the long run, it's always a good opportunity. You might not be able to see it now. Some of you may not. You might not be able to see it now or feel it now, but in the end, down the road, you will be. And you are highly intuitive. And this year is helping you with that, with your intuition and working on yourself. And as I said, also, the fitting of the veil, that's very important for you, because you do have an insight into things that other people don't. And that's fabulous. This is an amazing gift, and try to utilize it as much as you can, as you know, as long as you're aware of it. If you're aware of it, there are techniques and ways on utilizing it and working on them. So everyone, that's it. Those were the star signs. I know they were a little bit short for each star sign, but I am trying to keep my videos as short as possible because it takes such a long time to upload them, and then everything just goes haywire. I have an old laptop, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really affect you. But I promise that in the future, I will I will go deeper into these readings of star sign. Maybe I'm going to do separate videos for each star sign like I did in the beginning of my channel. That takes a little bit more time, but that's okay. You know, as long as I have subscribers and followers and people who are interested in these types of videos, then of course I'm going to let that content roll out as much as possible. And definitely those lives. I love doing lives because I have to admit, I don't really feel comfortable just talking to a camera and not having anyone there on the other side. So during those lives and having people calling in and asking questions and doing lightning readings is what I love. I love doing that because I love interacting with people and interacting with you guys. So I hope you like the channel. I hope you like the video. I hope you subscribe and you gives me a thumbs up, and maybe share it with people who are interested in what we're doing here and what we're talking about, because that might help some other people that you love and care about. So, till the next time, goodbye.